Hello guys, I asked you guys on Instagram to send me your FLPs so that I could fix them. Probably just gonna end up totally ruining your idea, but whatever. If you end up enjoying this episode, a like on this video helps me out so much, so do hit the like button. Thank you. Also, if you're new here, subscribe. You can always unsubscribe if you hate my content. Thank you. Let's get right into it, shall we? So the first project comes to us from TBX Music. The above FLP is of a progressive house track with an emotional vocal. Hope you can fix it using MHA samples. You know I only use my own samples. And a common theme throughout this video is going to be this. I don't have that much third-party plugins. The ones I do use you can find in the description below if you're interested. But I referenced the track in FL Studio to the SoundCloud link that he sent me, and there doesn't seem to be a huge difference, so it's all fine. It's okay. So before I jump into this and destroy it with my changes, let's have a listen. Now, like I said, this doesn't sound exactly like the SoundCloud link that he provided, but it's close enough. The main difference is that I don't have Spire, so his mid basses are kind of lost. So first things first, this fill is a little bit too loud. And I'm actually going to add an exhaust as well, so that it kind of flows over into the drop. This kick is pretty interesting. Doesn't sound great here, but in the context of the mix, I think it works pretty well. So I don't think we'll be touching that one. It's great that you have some sustaining things throughout the drop as well. Let's add some ambience. This one is out of tune though. And I'm actually going to add some more drop claps. And I'm also increasing the volume of this ride loop a little bit. This fill is very harsh. Here it is. Already done a little bit of EQing, nice. So something like that. I think I want to play around with everything but the lead for now. If we mute the lead, then we can like better identify like what we can add. And I feel like the main thing that's missing is the mid bass, which he had there to start with. So I'm just gonna add my own pretty much. We're gonna go into Serum, MHA Serum Volume 1, link in the description as always. And we're gonna go for the long distorted one. It's very hard. Roll some of that very top end off. Add a kickstart. I'm gonna clone that, and we're gonna go for something. I think I'm gonna go for the short gritty 9. Adding a little bit of OTT to that, making sure we put that before the EQ. I think next I want to layer the drop chords a little bit more. It's a really good layer, they fit really well in the mix. And it looks like he has used a piano here before, so I'm just going to replace that with another piano. I'm going to go with the FL Studio Grand Piano. It's connected to a Fruity P controller. You guys know how I feel about P controller. And here we can actually keep going on the B to make these chords sound a little bit better. We can also put some bass notes in here. We're also staying on F sharp all the way through. Let's paste that on these ones as well. And let's see how it sounds. Alright, so that's much better. What else can we do? I'm actually gonna add some Serum, and we'll see if we can find a chord that works. We can just add that to the same channel as the drop chords. So I'm going to turn this all the way down, and as I play it, I'm going to turn it up. Maybe something like that. So now we get to the fun part. We get to the leads. I think these could be improved on. So we're missing a symphony orchestra. I think this is Labs. I could be wrong. We're going to replace that with Flex, because we have some strings in Flex. And let's link those to a completely new channel. Remove the reverb. Maybe some Soundgoodizer as well. Remove the low end with some EQ and put a kickstart. Alright, so I'm just gonna lower this a little bit, and we're gonna create some more leads to go with those. For the progressive house leads, I think I'm gonna go to Sylenth. These sounds are a little bit more simple than the Serum sounds. They're a bit more hard and processed. These are a little bit more simple, so you can kind of go in different directions with them. Alright, so these 4 layers, I'm going to route to an empty channel. Put a little bit of OTT, a little bit of Soundgoodizer, you're gonna think I'm crazy, and a little bit of Waveshaper. Take it back with some EQ, and I'm gonna go with some Valhalla Vintage Verb. I hope you have this plugin. If not, then you can replace it with something else. And a kickstart. Let's see how that sounds. And I think we have the mix kind of under control, and kind of the layers and stuff like that. So I think now I want some more, you know, stuff like that. So I'm gonna put down the snare and some percussion, I think. Maybe even some impacts. And if we remove the lows from these are gonna turn into perfect like layers for a fill like that. So now I get this. And I'm just gonna drag in some extra uplifters and stuff to the build-up. And with that, I think I'm done with this. Let's have a listen, shall we? TBX, thank you so much for trusting me with your FLP. You had everything very sorted in the playlist and in the mixer, and I probably just ruined everything. It actually sounded really good to begin with, so good job, man. Alright, so next track comes from QBLS. Help, please, I don't know, what can I do? I'm gonna help you. Don't worry, I help you. Same thing with this one, I don't have all of the plugins, so this might not be super accurate, but this is what he sent me. So it sounds very promising, it just needs some work, and that's what I'm here for. Alright, so he made his lead in a consolidated pattern or whatever it's called. He rendered it out. So I think we're gonna mute that for now, start to work on everything else, and then we'll bring in our own lead. So this project is named Future House Fail. To me, this sounds a little bit more like progressive house. So you could take this in 2 directions. I'm gonna take it more in the future house direction. So I'm just gonna use the drop claps on the actual clap beat. And I'm just gonna go to an empty pattern, put in some claps. So let's go into Atmos, go find some nice claps. And we're gonna copy over all of this and this. So now we have this kick instead of... Actually, I'm just gonna mute these, I think, in case I want to return to them, because Sounded really good. So now we can start working on the bass. The bass sounds really nice. I think we can push it a bit more and change around some of the notes to make it a little bit more playful. Have some notes a little bit shorter to create some more rhythm. So yeah, let's start there. So let's mute the sub bass for now. Oh, it's from my own Serum Bank. Very nice. Thanks for the support, dude. I'm actually gonna take down the release on these. And this guy also works with buses for everything. I've never really done that. So here's the drop bass bus. And some OTT, bit of Camel Crusher, Sausage, Fadner. Oh, I don't have that. Let's go for some Soundgardizer instead, even though it's not the same thing. Alright, so I think we're good on the layering there. So what I'm gonna do now is change this pattern around a little bit, because there can be a little bit more movement. I like this though. I like that it has these slidey things. So I think next we move on to the chords or the lead. I'm not sure. Let's do the chords. I want to get rid of the reverb on here. I'm gonna clone this Sylenth and we're gonna do the Simple Sauce preset. A little bit of a distorted sauce synth. And I'm gonna link this to its own channel. We're gonna do a little bit of OTT, a little bit of Soundgardizer, some EQ, and some kickstarts. I'm gonna mute the other layers for now, and let's see what we can do about the chords. This ARP is really nice. Just needs a little bit of final processing. And you know what would fit perfectly with this? If you're a long-time viewer of the channel, you know exactly what it is. It's the ARP 3. Let's just add some kickstart to that. I love that ARP so much. Alright, so now we have all the elements under control. Last thing is the lead, and then some final touches maybe, but yeah, these fills and everything like that, the basic structure is there. You've added some really nice stuff to this drop. I just hope you like what direction I take it in. So let's copy the lead melody. Let's go for... Ooh. I actually think the Don Diablo lead could be pretty good to start with. Oh man, we're gonna do some nice layering to this and play with the reverb sweeps and everything. This sounds awesome with Valhalla Vintage Verb. And we're gonna clone this, and I think the guitar lead could go pretty well with this as well. I use that a ton. It already sounds so cool to me. Again, sorry if I butcher your track. Again, fixing. I don't know what I'm doing to these tracks. I think we just need to add like some final extra little touches, and then it's like done. I think I want to add some one shots, probably just brass stabs or something. And with those brass stabs in place, I think I'm pretty done with this. It sounds really cool, but a little bit unrefined. This could become a little bit better, a little bit cleaner, but I really like the melody and like the overall vibe. Not sure if it's what you had in mind, if it was the direction that you wanted to go in, but yeah, I hope you like it. Alright, TBX and QBLS, thank you so much for letting me use your FLPs. there were a lot more people who sent in their project files, so if you guys want me to do more of these videos, then give a thumbs up and leave a comment. And of course, as always, if you're interested in getting the sounds that I use to produce, head over to mjmusic.com. You'll find all my sounds there. In other news, I did a little stream last weekend that was really fun, so I might stream this weekend as well, so go follow me on Twitch if you haven't already. Leave a comment down below on what kind of content you want to see on this channel in the future. I'm all ears, I'm listening. Discord, website, Instagram, Spotify links down below. I really appreciate you guys watching. Wishing you a fantastic weekend, and I'll see you next Friday. Bye bye.